Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, 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 everybody. You guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Please do me a favor and put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. Again, you guys, I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. Again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. It is Tuesday, and you guys know what goes down here on Tuesday. Wife Chat goes down here on Tuesday. So do me a huge, huge favor. Let everybody know that Wife Chat is going on, but also I want you guys to put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. Again, you guys, I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. Again, I want to start off by thanking you guys from the bottom of my heart for all the love that you guys gave me and Gail on Sunday for our 38th wedding anniversary. Hello, Francis from Florida. Hello, Rosalinda from Illinois. Hello, Larry from Maryland. Hello, Angela from Georgia. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, you guys, thank you so much for all the love you gave Gil and I for our, I can't believe it's 38 years that we've been married. We've been married all our adult life. And so again, you guys, thank you for all the love that you guys gave us. And thank you guys so much for hopping on. And thank you so much for telling me where you're from. I truly appreciate you. I really, really, Shanta from North Carolina. Larry, thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah. 38 years. But it's like it's been crazy because we were like, where did the time go? You know what I mean? It just flew by. And again, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much. We were so blessed on Sunday. And like I said, we were sitting there thinking like, where did 38 years go? And like I said, we got married really young. And so thank you so much, Angela. I appreciate you. Yeah, 38 years is an awesome accomplishment, especially in this day of time. Yes. And so again, you guys, I am Shan. Okay, you trying to tell me how to say your name? I'm sorry, I jacked it up. Rosalinda, congratulations. Thank you so much. You'll hit 36 in September. Way to go, Rosalinda. Keep it up. Okay. And so again, you guys, I just want to start off by saying thank you. I truly appreciate all the love, all the messages. We were really grateful. So tonight's chat, it comes from a wife in Alabama. And this wife says, they've been married 12 years and they have 2 children. And her message is, hello, Dr. Gail. My husband and I both grew up in a Christian household. But over the years, life began to happen and we both began to stop going to church 3 years ago. Okay. Me because of being overwhelmed, overworked, and being a mom to young children. Him because of the church hurt and some things that were going on in our former church that we both did not agree with. So we decided to stop going to church. But this year in January, I went back to church. I found a different church that I absolutely love. Me and the kids have been going faithfully, and we have joined a lot of the activities that are going on at this new church. I have invited my husband to try some of the new things that they have going on so we can be a family going to church. I know my husband still believes in God. However, he is not into going to church or any organized part of religion. This hurts me deeply. Please help because I don't know what to do. Okay. And we have all been in a space where our spouse has grown more spiritually than we have. I know when Gil and I first got married and we moved to North Carolina, he, rededicated his life to Christ, even though I grew up in the church and I know God for myself and all those kind of things. But at one point in time in our marriage, like he was growing like by leaps and bounds in the word of God. He was, going to reading his Bible, doing all of this stuff. Well, for me, it made me angry. It made me angry because I felt like it was God and the devil living in the household, right? Because he, was always praying and meditating and all this kind of stuff. And I was, wanted to go here and do these kind of things. And he's like, well, I really don't think we should be doing those things. And like, it literally made me angry, right? And so when we transitioned up here and he started going to church, I again rebelled because again I felt that he had got in a space where he was not fun anymore. He just wanted to be in the word of God or whatever. Now hear me clearly, I'm just being open and honest and vulnerable, right? I used to love to go to clubs and dance. I still love to dance. But when he, rededicated his life to Christ, I was like, fun. You don't want to go nowhere. You don't want to do nothing. Not that he didn't want to do anything or dance or whatever. It's just that he didn't want to go to those types of clubs to dance. But in my mind, when you got back in the church, you became not fun, right? And so this went on until my son, my oldest son Justin, came along, and I rededicated my life to Christ, and I realized that I was not missing out on anything, right? That I would, my life belonged to God, and that I wanted to be the godly woman that God has called me to be. Not perfect, right? Because he wasn't perfect, but that was a span of time that we was really kind of unequally yoked, and it caused some problems in my marriage. So I understand where she is, right? But again, being in the church and being involved, and a lot of people have experienced church hurt. A lot of people have experienced um, being, people in the church not treating them the way that they feel that they should be treated. People in the church being taken advantage of for their skill sets, all these different kind of things. Like I said, I get a chance to hear a lot of these things. I did try to call this particular wife to see what was behind his church hurt, right? And what was going on in that particular church to make not just her walk away, but him walk away. And it seems as if it was church hurt on his, part. It was more her being overwhelmed, being a mom to young children and those kind of things, according to what she has says here. So let me just give you guys some tools and strategies if you're dealing with a spouse that is not there yet, right? And the thing is that you nagging them, you making them feel bad or whatever is not going to lead them back to the church or to Christ. It's just not. Gil, all he would do is just pray for me because, like I say, I was off the chain and crazy. He never like you going to hell and all. He never did those kind of things. He just lived before me. So the first thing I would say to somebody who's dealing with a spouse that has walked away from religion or their spiritual side of thing is focus on your own spiritual growth, right? Just pray for them and believe God for them, but allow them to be in their own space on their own journey, right? Because the more you nag them, the more you tell them that they should be going to church, they should be involved, whatever, that's literally just going to push them away and make them, you guys, be irritated at each other. Instead of drawing them to you, you're going to really be pushing them away. So focus in on your own spiritual growth and just pray for him or her, and believe God for them, right? Because the more you push, the more you're going to push them away instead of drawing them to you. Okay. Number 2, invite to different functions, but don't pressure. Hey, they're holding a men's group or whatever. They have a family day. Will you join me? Yeah, no, okay. Don't be like, well, I'm tired of going to church by myself and all those kind of things, because again, that is your view, and you don't understand the whole reason behind what is going on with that person, right? And you cannot make any adult do anything. You're not dealing with a child. With a child, you can say you're getting up, you're going to church or whatever. You're dealing with a grown person, and you got to remember that, okay? And so invite, don't pressure. Again, this is a faith walk, and you got to live before that person, and you got to continue to pray for them every single day. Okay. And I know it's hard. It gets disappointing, especially when you're taking your kids to church and your spouse is not attending with you. I know that can be very difficult, because I was the person like, I'm not going. I would go once a month and let all the sisters know that Gil was married to me, and that was it. Okay. But again, Gil prayed me back into the kingdom, right? And I've been rocking ever since. But it had to be a choice that I made, not one that he pressured me into making. Okay. Number 3, pray that God changes his heart. Yeah, pray for wisdom, pray for guidance, because again, your job is just to live before them. Your job is not to get them back into the church or into the kingdom. That's not your job. Only God can do that. So you have to stay focused. You have to pray for them daily, and you just have to live before them. Again, is it easy? The answer is absolutely not. It's not. But is it doable? The answer is yes. I can tell you, because again, for you guys that follow me and know me, I never coach or counsel anything I have not conquered in my marriage. I will tell you I ain't conquered it. I will send you to somebody else, because again, I'm the same way you see on this camera is when you meet me in person, for real. And so I can't live a double life. So my thing is that if Gil would have been pressuring me, you need to come to church, you need to, that would just kept me wanting to go to the clubs and dance, right? But when he just started living before me, started praying for me or whatever, pop, it just happened one day. I got up, rededicated my life to Christ, and I was the only one that did it that day. It used to be a whole bunch of people, those one Sundays that I would go out the month. That Sunday was only me. And I guess it was meant for me that one Sunday, right? So pray that God changes his or her heart. Pray for wisdom and pray for guidance, right? Because again, I didn't get the opportunity to talk to her to find out what was the church hurt that made him walk away, being that they both had grew up in church, and for 3 years they both walked away. Okay. And number 4, you just got to trust God's timing, because God's timing is perfect. Our timing is when we think things should happen. It's not going to always happen that way. You got to trust God's timing, that when your husband or your wife decides to step back into their calling and what they're supposed to be doing concerning their spirituality, it's going to happen. And it's not going to be something you're going to have to drag them or pull them or make them feel less than, or it be a tension in your household, because God is not the author of confusion. He's the author of peace, love, long suffering, all of those fruits of the spirit. Okay. And so again, if you're in this position where you're growing spiritually and your spouse is not, don't look down on them, right? Put them in God's hands and live before them. And it's nothing wrong with inviting them, saying, hey, they're having family day at the church. Would you like to come? No. Okay. Well, me and the kids are going, or I'm going to go, or whatever. And this is where I'll be, and this is how long I will be, and go. And as you're going, just pray and say, God, I've done my part. Take control. And you might have to do that. I don't know when, how, but he's going to do what he wants to do in your spouse. Okay. I hope and pray that this helps somebody, because again, when you're dealing with a spouse and you're feeling like you're growing spiritually and they are not, it can be difficult. It can make you sad. It can make you feel like you're living, you're on two different paths. But that is the trick of the enemy. Okay, it is not always true. He might just need some time from, what happened at the church. And again, I don't know, have I had church hurt? The answer is absolutely yes. I was giving my time and my talents for free. They turned around and hired somebody and was paying them. I'm like, well, why wasn't I good enough to get paid? But again, that was something that I dealt with. But again, that did not make me walk away from God. It made me walk away from that particular church and find a different church. But it did not make me walk away from God. So you never know what's going on in these different situations. And so again, I hope that this chat helps somebody. Now, let me just tell you guys, if you want me to talk about absolutely anything in the chat, just know I will never give your name. All I need is where you're from and your situation, and I will do my best to help you. If is there any other question? Or anything. And again, you guys, thank you for all the love that you gave me and Gail on Sunday. And Rosalinda, congratulations on your wedding anniversary that's coming up in September. I hope that you guys have an amazing time. And for you guys, again, thank you so much for all your support, for all your love. If you guys need me, you know how to find me. You can definitely visit my website and schedule a free 15-minute discovery call. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you with one tool and one strategy that I know works. Y'all have an amazing, amazing night.